Dick, I just wanted to let you know I finished the last 2 sketches. Yeah, I think you're really going to like them. They're wonderful. It's the best work that I've done in months, and I think it's going to really fill that gap in the collection. But I need your help. I'm going to have the samples cut and ready for the local show. Great. Great. I knew I could count on you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Yep. See you later. Bye-bye. Ha!
You know, it's nice.
What?
It's nice to have the old barber back.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, because I'm ready to get everything back on order, including giving you that baby.
That would be nice.
I think so, too.
Good morning.
Hello.
Well, good morning. I didn't expect to see you up bright and early. I was going to let you sleep in today.
Well, actually, I woke up at 7. I just couldn't get back to sleep. Too much on my mind.
Honey, we were talking last night, and, you know, if you're really serious about changing your name, why don't you call Jessica today? Get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I probably will.
You know, there's only 2 weeks left in the semester. Why don't you just take this time off, go back to school in January?
Actually, I don't think I'm going to be going back to school at all. You know, it's funny, but I still worry about you. I guess that's part of loving someone.
Hello. Brock, it's so good to hear your voice. How are you?
Well, other than missing you, I'm fine.
Yeah, I miss you, too. Where are you, Santo Domingo?
Yeah, I should be back in town tonight. Marjorie and I are going to go before the judge this morning. And the next time you talk to me, I should be a free man. How does that sound?
Oh, Brock.
Emily? What's wrong?
Come on, pal, you need a little more, okay? We've got to get all of our strength. We've got a lot of big decisions to make, huh? Good boy.
Get any sleep last night?
I didn't even try. Thinking back on it, last night seems like a dream. Sierra walks in the Snyder kitchen. Ellie has an accident. Sierra leaves again. I botched her phone call from Miami.
Craig, you did everything that you could. I mean, you offered to fly to Montega, but she said no.
Well, look, at least I still got you. Right, pal?
Daddy, where's Mommy?
Kirk, I can't go back to the farm tonight. How am I going to face the family and tell them that I've lost Craig?
I don't believe you have lost him. But if you can't face going home, then stay here, use the bedroom. I'll sleep out here. Ah, good, you're up. Went to order some room service about an hour ago, but the kitchen around here is so slow that I just decided to pick it up myself.
You went to the kitchen? And that?
Yeah, why not? I live here.
I hope you don't mind. I found this robe on the back of the door.
Hey, what's a little terry cloth between friends, huh? How do you like some scrambled eggs and bacon and toast, huh?
Oh, Kirk, I can't eat. Oh, my stomach. What am I gonna do?
Well, first, you're going to have your breakfast, and then we're gonna figure out how to take care of all your problems here, okay? That's probably room service with the first order. Hey, you guys really have to... Hey, gorgeous. Hi. Hey. How about some breakfast?
As the world turns.
I was expecting room service, but you're better than dry toast any day.
Glad to hear it. Morning, Iva. Hi. Oh, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here at this hour in Kirk's robe.
No, that's okay. I mean, Caleb said that you'd be spending the night in town. I just assumed it was with Craig and not with, occurred?
Well, I had a problem, and he was the only one that I could talk to about it.
Yeah, it kind of got late, so I just said use the bedroom.
And he slept here.
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm glad you have someone to talk to. What's wrong?
Well, I had a little car accident.
A car accident? Are you all right?
No, I'm fine. I told Caleb not to tell anyone at home. I just didn't want to deal with it.
Well, I knew something was wrong when he was acting so strange when we came back from the airport dropping the kids off. Are you all right?
Yeah, physically I'm fine. Emotionally,
Are you having a problem with Craig? Something happened?
Yeah. He's gonna tell you. I'm gonna go shower.
Wait.
What's going on?
Sierra's alive. And she came back to Oakdale last night.
Hello, anybody home?
Yeah, we're in the kitchen.
Hi. There she is. I know we've been just... My goodness, there you guys are. Hi, sweetheart. Hi.
Hi.
We've been going all over for you last night. We're looking for you.
Well, Brian and I decided to spend the night here.
Hi. How are you doing? You okay?
I'm numb.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, where's Sierra? Upstairs?
Adam, do you want to come upstairs with me and Bryant? And then we could go play with Kate.
That's a great idea. Listen, buddy,
Okay?
you done with your breakfast? I want you to go with Grandma, okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's Bryant.
Go with Grandma.
Come on, sweetie. There we go. There we go. Okay.
We saw Sierra over at Lucinda's last night. She was talking something silly about going back to Montega to give you some time to think.
We tried to talk her out of it. Everybody did, especially Lucinda.
Didn't work.
She's
Are you
gone.
serious? When?
Last night, I tracked her down in Miami. Told her I'd go with her to Montega, but she said no.
What are you gonna do?
I wish I knew.
Listen, how's Ellie dealing with all this?
Kelly. Who knows? We tried to talk about it, but she says the same thing as Sierra, that I should, use this time to figure out my feelings. And how do I choose between Ellie and Sierra?
Look, I know that you don't want to hurt anybody here now. Unless Sierra's feelings...
Look, Tom, this isn't about hurting Ellie. I don't even know what I feel anymore. Excuse me.
Marco, I wish you would stay to talk with him. I mean, he's just tearing himself apart. He's so afraid who's going to get hurt.
I think the big problem here is that he's punishing himself because he feels guilty for having given up hope.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Because last night he was saying the whole time that he was missing, Sierra never gave up hope.
Oh, boy. I mean, talk about a no-win situation. This is awful. Because no matter what he decides to do, somebody's gonna get hurt.
And I just want you guys to know that I don't feel guilty about what happened between me and Emily. But I don't want to talk about that.
Hey, that's fine, Paul. That's your business.
Sweetheart, would you please explain to us what you mean by finding yourself?
It's pretty obvious, Ma. It's just... For 19 years now, I've been living as Jane Stenbeck's son.
You're
It's-
Barbara Ryan's son,
I know.
too.
But it all just changed that night that I was forced to shoot Dad to save Emily. And all those days in that courtroom, I was playing the moment over and over in my head, and I realized that if I'm ever going to get past that night, I have to take control of my own life.
Sweetie, why do you have to make all these changes? I mean, quitting school and moving out?
Because I was thinking about Mr. Benedict's opening statement. And he was right. I mean, it's all true. Here I am, the son of a so-called privileged family, but I never thought of it as a privilege. I thought of it more as a curse because I had to live my whole life living up to everybody else's expectations. And now I just don't know what I want or who I am. And changing my name's the first step. Moving out and getting a job comes next, and that's going to help me, too. I'm 19 years old now, and I just think it's time that I'm out on my own.
Well, I understand perfectly. I had to leave Kentucky to find out who I was, and I think that there is a time when a man has to step out from behind his father's shadow. I was very proud of you on that witness stand, Paul, but I've never been prouder of you than I am right now. I'm behind you all the way.
Thanks, Hal.
Well, I'm sorry I had to leave the house at the break of dawn this morning.
That's okay. Duty called. I know. I heard the phone ring at 5.
Oh, really? I thought I picked it up before it woke you. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, look who's here.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
You were having breakfast with Andy this morning.
Yeah, so did I. My kid brother stood me up.
Oh, well, that's not like him.
Yeah, he's had a lot on his mind lately. Mainly Julie.
Well, there's no question about that.
I know. I was just so hoping that he was going to spend some time with you while you were home.
Yeah, you know, I tried to get him to open up with me last night at the Mona Lisa, but he has got so much
What was he doing at the Mona Lisa with Julie gone?
Just sitting at the bar by himself.
At the bar?
Mom, he wasn't drinking. He just lonely. Look, I'm going to go by there later this morning. Maybe he had a class or something that he forgot about.
Yeah.
So where are you headed, Mom?
I'm just going over to Fashions to do some Christmas shopping.
Oh, can I come?
Oh, would you like to do that?
I would love that.
Me too.
Hey, don't spend all the money.
Oh, never, Dad.
Too
never.
bad about you. Bye-bye.
Why don't you come back to my office and we'll talk?
No, I don't want to talk. I'm all talked. I need to change. I need to go home and change.
Now, listen, I don't want you making any hasty decisions now, okay?
You listen to your big sister. You let Craig make the next move, all right?
I don't think he's thinking very clearly. I think I've got to make it for him. But I really thank you for listening.
Anytime.
Okay, and don't tell Mama or anybody else, please.
Well, if that's what you want, but just know that I'm here if you want to talk.
Okay, okay.
All right?
Bye-bye. How's Ellie doing?
Not so good. How's Craig?
He's still shaken up.
I don't blame him. Having Sierra come back, it's got to be the most confusing thing he's ever had to deal with.
Yeah, and then she goes back to Montaigne. I mean, before they even resolve anything.
Why?
Well, she just feels like Craig needs more time to think, and if she were here, it would just confuse him more. That's possible.
How many miles?
10.
You did not. No way.
You're right. I only did 3, but it felt like 10. Oh, listen, why don't you come up to my place and make a little breakfast? I make a mean Tex-Mex omelet,
Nah, I'm not hungry,
Oh,
thanks.
come on, you gotta keep your strength up for the old corporate battlefield.
Sean, I don't know when I'm coming back to work.
Oh, Emily, I just think you're going about this all wrong. I mean, you're gonna hide out here because you're afraid of what people will think? I mean, all the people I've talked to are in your corner, 100%. Come on.
Look, I'm glad that people are being understanding and that they're being supportive, but that's not the worst of it, you know? I'm facing perjury charges. I could go to prison for up to 5 years,
That
Sean.
would be as ridiculous as if Paul went to prison for shooting James.
This isn't reporters. Hello.
Hi, Emily, it's Jessica. Can you stop by my office around 9:30 today?
Sure. What's up?
It's about the perjury charges. Tom's considering pressing charges, so I think we should talk about it, just in case.
Why in the world did I think that this might be over after Paul was acquitted? It's like James just reaches out of his grave and he tries to punish me or something. Yeah, fine, I'll be there at 9:30. Bye. God, this just gets worse.
Emily, look, I don't know what this is about, but I think you got a lot more brains than to believe that James is reaching out from his grave.
I can't help it, okay? I have tried for so many years to live down the fact that I was James Stenbeck's mistress. Now, what is this town going to think of me?
Emily, what's wrong? Come on, I'm not gonna hang up until I know you're okay. Now, why are you crying?
I'm sorry. It's just that I miss you so much. And hearing you say you'd be a free man soon was too much for me.
You know that's why I came down here. I love you, Emily.
I love you too. Please hurry home.
You said that you told Emily everything, and I hope that you did for your sake. You're going to risk losing her. Brock, you can't ask her to share your life with you and then keep a big part of it a secret.
Brock, where are the kids?
They were in their room the last time I checked. Marjorie, you're gonna make them paranoid. They're fine. Now just don't check on them every 5 minutes.
I am terrified that Philip knows we're here.
If Philip knew we were here, Philip would be trying to stop us.
He's always been in contact with you, even on vacation.
I made it very clear to him that I wanted a little time alone with my family.
And what
in
happens when he
private.
finds out we're divorced?
He's not gonna find out until we're ready to take the next step, all right? So let it go.
I'm really almost afraid to ask what that is.
I'm working on some things now for you and the children. Once they're in place, not Papa or anybody else is going to be able to stop it.
Daddy, can we go to the beach now?
The beach? Well, I was thinking maybe we would go down to the pool and have us an early lunch. What do you think of that? Yeah? Okay. Why don't you go down with Mom and give me a chance to change into my suit, okay? Go ahead. I'll see you down there.
You have changed so much.
I've even changed enough to want the best for you.
You better go. You're gonna miss that plane.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, operator, this is a credit card call, please. I'd like to call Oakdale, Illinois in the United States. Person to person, please, to Miss Ellie Snyder.
Mom, I know you have mixed feelings about what I have to do.
Honey, I just don't want you to rush into all of this, that's all. I mean, why don't you come work for me? I can start you out in a really good salary.
You don't understand. That wouldn't change anything, Mom.
You know, maybe you could maybe use some of those business skills that you picked up this summer.
You're not thinking of going back to Montgomery and Associates, are you?
No, I'm not. I need a job, something that's going to tire me out, work all day, go home, and sleep. I want to be able to sleep. I haven't been able to sleep in months now. Speaking of which, I think that Craig is going to be able to help me with what I want. And I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to get there.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Hon, I know it isn't easy.
You're damn right it's not easy. James spent years trying to take Paul away from me. Now that James is dead, I'm going to lose my son anyway, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yes, there is. You can give him the support that he's asking for. Barbara, Paul is going away with or without your blessing, so don't fight it.
Sorry to interrupt.
You're not,
Hey, where's my partner?
She's helping Craig out. It's a pretty bad time.
Why, what happened?
Sierra's going back to Montego.
Now, make sure your thumb gets in it.
Okay, I want you to promise me something, honey. You tell Marilyn to keep your mittens on while you're in the park, okay?
Okay.
You promise?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's your thumb.
Let's go. All right, I want you to have a fun time in the park. And
Bye,
I'll see you in a
kiddo.
little bit, okay? Bye, pal. Whatever happens, he's got to be the most important part of my decision.
You know, there was a time when the only person you ever considered was Craig. I'm very proud of the changes in you.
Well, no matter what I do, somebody's going to get hurt, someone who doesn't deserve it.
Who? Who is it that's going to get hurt, Sierra or Ellie?
Both. Is it possible to love two people at the same time?
Well, based on my own personal experience, yes. And it's a hellish situation at best.
Hell? Oh, sweetie.
My feelings for Hal have never changed. And the bond between us has only grown stronger since Adam. So I understand. And yes, it is possible to love two people at once. But there's only one person that you're meant to spend the rest of your life with. And for me, that one person is Tom. What you have to do is figure out who is it that you're meant to spend the rest of your life with.
I've been afraid of what was going to happen between me and Brock, but it looks like everything's just going to be fine now.
He's getting his divorce?
Yeah, even as we speak. He should be back soon, and then I'm going to ask him if we can just, you know, go somewhere and start a whole new life for ourselves.
Well, Emily, if Tom decides to press charges, that might not be that simple.
I know. I'm hanging on to the fact that it won't change Brock's feelings for me. Jessica, do you really think I could go to prison for 5 years?
Well, the actual sentencing is up to the judge, but hopefully I can persuade him to... Excuse me. Yes, Alice. Okay, tell Greg I'll be right there. And Alice, would you get a copy of the Jensen will for me and bring it over to Greg's office right away? Thanks. Bye. I gotta go over some papers with Greg. It should just take me about 10 minutes.
Jess, your secretary wasn't at her desk, so I thought I'd just...
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
Hello, Barbara.
Save your phony greetings, Emily. I knew that sooner or later we'd run into each other. It's just lucky for you that it was later and not on the heels of Paul's testimony. Otherwise, you wouldn't be standing there alive.
I don't really want to hear your abuse right
Well,
now.
I have something to say to you. I knew all along Paul was holding something back. And the thought had occurred to me that you had slept with my son. But I didn't even think the slut of Oakdale would stoop to seducing a 19-year-old boy.
Just a second. To set the record straight, it wasn't a seduction. It was two people who needed somebody so badly. We just ended up making love.
I don't want to hear the sordid details.
No, it wasn't sordid. Maybe in your mind it was sordid. You know, Barbara, my past was not the only one to come out in the open at this trial. After Tony will get off the stand, everybody in Oakdale knew that you had an affair with him after your affair with Brian Nicole. So who is calling who a slut here?
I never seduced a 19-year-old boy.
You listen to me, okay? And listen to me good if you don't want to lose that son that you are so obsessed with. You're not going to like hearing this. But I gave Paul his manhood that night. And God, he's not only confused about having a father like James Stenbeck, but Barbara, you overprotected him so much that he was completely insecure about being a man. Well, I'm so glad I had the opportunity to give that to him. Even if he feels I betrayed him now.
What does that mean?
Never mind. He didn't tell you himself. Shouldn't that say and tell you how he just doesn't trust you with the details of his personal life? No matter how Paul feels about me now, he's gonna realize one day that I gave him more than my body. I gave him something no one else could have. Because he was so emotionally crippled by his father and by his mother. You feel better now? I'm gonna tell you something. One day, Paul is gonna look back and he's gonna see what you did to him. And he's gonna walk out of your life forever. And then Hal's gonna find out that you're a liar and you never told him about Adam. You're gonna be alone. God, I pity you. But I am grateful that you gave me the chance to stand here face to face with you and your hypocrisy, because it makes me feel so much better about myself. Thank you for that.
So anyway, now that the trial's over, I think it's time that I made some serious changes.
Change can be good sometimes.
It depends. I mean, some of the changes I'm thinking about making could really freak some people out, including my family and my friends.
Sure, son. You should remember that people who really care about you, they're going to stand by you no matter what you do.
Well, I hope so. Although, my mom kind of freaked when I told her I wanted to drop out of school.
Well, don't burn any bridges. Make sure you can go back if you want to,
I
right?
understand that. I tried to explain that to her. But in the meantime, I really want to get a job. I want something that's going to be all physical and keep me busy, you know? And I want to change my last name to Ryan, and I want to get a place of my own.
All right. How can I help?
I know that Miller Brothers is a client of yours. I was hoping that maybe you could talk to him, put in a good word for me, and set up an interview, maybe.
Sure, absolutely. You got it.
Great. And listen, when you talk to them, tell them my name's Paul Ryan.
Sure. There's something you better realize about publicity, Paul. You're pretty famous. People are going to recognize you, you know?
I realized that. I may have to get a job out of town eventually, but Miller Brothers is going to be a start for me, you know? I know you got Josh Snyder a job there, right?
Yes, I did. Okay. It's considered done, all right?
Great. Thanks.
Listen, you seen Emily lately?
Not since the last day of the trial.
Paul, I want you to know, whatever happened between you and Emily, it's really none of my business, okay?
Thanks, Craig. But I want you to know that what happened between us happened because I really loved her. I mean, it's pretty strange to say that now after all that's happened, but I did. I really loved her.
Who is it?
Sally. Hi. Is this a bad time? So I can go.
Oh, no. No time is a good time anymore. Come on in.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I called Sean, and he said you weren't coming into the office.
Yeah, I'm not really up to work yet.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I heard the news about Sierra being back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I knew it was a possibility. I knew that.
He really loves you. Greg really loves you, Ellie.
I know. He's meant to be with Sierra and Brian. I don't want to talk about that. I came over here to see if you've heard from Brock.
Yeah, I have. Come on in. I heard from him this morning. He and Marjorie are going in front of a judge, and they're getting a divorce.
Divorce, yeah. Well, I guess you realize that this proves how much he really cares for you, and he's gonna need a lot of support because of his father,
Look, I don't pretend to understand Brock's relationship with his father, but I'll support him in any way I can. That's, of course, if I don't go to jail for perjury.
Emily, you don't believe that's gonna happen, do you?
Well, I don't want to, but it's a possibility. Ellie. You said you can tell how much Brock loves me, but do you think if I went to prison, he'd wait for me?
Yeah, Ellie Snyder, please. This is Brock Lombard. Did she pick up my earlier messages? Did she call in sick today? No, just tell her that I called again and I'll call back, okay?
Brooke, I know it's none of my business, but is there still something going on between you and Ellie?
No. We've become good friends, actually. She knows everything there is to know about me, and she wants to see me get away from Papa, so...
How does she know everything?
Well, a lot of it she put together herself. The rest of it, I was just honest with a friend.
And Emily? Are you going to be as honest with her?
I have to. I'm going to make this marriage work. And besides, if I have to move off and quit the family business, I'm going to have to come up with a good reason why.
Daddy, why are you and Mommy all dressed up?
Well, because we have to go someplace. That's why. Listen, can I count on you guys to stay here and play in the suite while we're gone?
Can't we go to the pool?
No! I would rather have you stay here, okay? In fact, why don't you guys go in and pack? Because as soon as I get back, we're going to go back to the good old United States.
I thought we were staying here for a long vacation.
Well, we can't stay as long as we'd like to this time, but I tell you what. When we get back home, we're going to start planning a real long vacation, okay? Okay, but that's our secret, just like this trip, okay? You guys be good? Stay here?
We should
Okay.
get going. Now, I want you to remember what your father said. I want you to stay here, and I don't want you to open the door for anyone. Okay? Okay?
We better start packing. Come on. I'd rather go out on the terrace. I wonder if we should answer the phone. Dad didn't say anything about the phone. Hello, this is Gregory Lombard. Who is this?
Oh, Lila, have you heard from Craig?
No, not yet. I was hoping I'd hear from Margot after she talked with him.
How's the good Dr. Peretti?
I am so excited about him coming home from Christmas, and then after the holidays, he'll keep up his therapy here as an outpatient.
Are you sure you're up to that kind of extra pressure?
Just to get my husband back, I will deal with anything.
Hi.
Lila, hi, dear. How's Craig? Oh, he's hanging in there. Well, excuse me, I gotta get back to work. Fill her in, Bob.
Sure.
Bye.
Well, seeing my wife twice in one morning, to what do I owe that?
Well, I came back because I wanted you to know they're wrapping all of the Christmas presents that I bought, and they're delivering them to your office later this morning, okay?
Aha.
You want to buy me a cup of coffee?
I'd be glad to.
Good.
Paul, I think you better get back to your office or you're going to find Blake Stevens sitting at your desk.
I'm
not worried. After getting that magazine cover for Simply Barbara, I have enough feathers in my cap to make a nice Indian headdress.
Oh, well, all right, Sitting Bull, but let me get back to my office so I can do some work.
Only if you promise to have lunch with me.
Oh, I'm not so sure. All this togetherness, I mean...
Well, I see this as a prelude to what I think marriage is going to be like.
Oh, really? And what do you think marriage is like?
Sort of a three-legged race. You know that race where both partners bind one leg together and try to develop their own rhythm to go to the distance?
Mm-hmm.
I think with any luck, we can find a rhythm that'll take us a distance about 40 or 50 years.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You don't give up, do you?
Nope.
Okay, I'll have lunch, but Ellie has to come.
You got it.
Okay.
Bye. No, I haven't.
Hi.
Hi.
Barbara.
There you are. I've been hoping I'd run into you.
Have a
Mind if I
seat. I'll
join
get you some coffee.
Thanks a lot. I called the house and the sitter said that you were over here. What's wrong? It's Paul. He announced at breakfast this morning that he was quitting college and moving out of the house.
Look, Barbara, after what Paul has been through, he probably feels the need to make some big changes.
Why big changes all at once?
Oh, honey, I doubt that it's going to happen overnight. The best advice that I can give you is just try to back off. I mean, you really have to let Paul make his own decisions. Otherwise, you risk losing him.
And it's all Emily's fault.
Well, I know why you feel that way, but I have to tell you, it's really not going to do any good, any more than my blaming Julie for all of Andy's problems.
You know, the recent problems that Paul has had, that's not the cause. It's just a catalyst that's making him make decisions that every young man has to make. It's the most natural thing in the world.
That's what Hal said.
Well, he's right. He's going to try his wings, Barbara, sooner or later. You just have to love him enough to let him go.
Emily says she isn't going to be in today. I'll tell you, she's pretty shook up over these perjury charges, although I can't imagine the DA going through with it.
Sometimes things happen you can't even possibly imagine.
Like Sierra? Look, is there anything I can do?
Yeah, there is, Sean. You can start by picking up the slack here. It's pretty obvious I'm pretty damn useless, and with Emily out.
No, it's no problem. I can pick up any extra responsibility you care to give me.
Craig?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, sweetie.
Gosh, I've been thinking about you ever since last night. Look, I know Sierra was talking about going back to Montega, but there was nothing that I could do to change your mind.
I know. I tried to.
Yeah. It's a difficult situation for everybody. I know you're going to do the right thing, Craig.
I wish I knew what that was.
Look, why don't you let me buy you a cup of coffee?
Look, thanks. I really appreciate the offer. I got to track down Ellie. I really got to talk to her, you know?
Yeah, sure. We'll do it another time, okay?
Well, I'm available. I'll even spring for a Danish if somebody would invite me.
Well, now, that's a situation that I think I'll take you up on. Come here. Oh, call me anytime you get a chance, okay?
Thanks. See you.
Okay. Don't worry about that.
All right, thanks.
Man.
Caleb, hi, yeah, it's Craig. Is Ellie there? She go to work yet? All right, thanks. Just tell her I called, okay? Thanks.
So I am on my way over to Jess's now, but I just want to stop by and thank you again for sticking up for me with Mom this morning about all the changes that I want to make.
Hey, Paul, I was glad to help. And don't worry about her. She'll come around.
I hope so. Well, I'd better get over there.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Hey, how you doing? Hey.
Hey, how'd it go with Craig?
Oh, he's got a real mess on his hands, you know. He's stuck between two people that he really cares about. So how did it go here?
It's been, slow.
That sounds good. I wish I could afford the luxury of a slow day. I have to decide what I'm going to do about these perjury charges against Emily before I go to the Capitol this afternoon.
Boy, I don't envy you on that one, Tom.
Well, I know what she's been through. However, my job is to uphold the laws of the state.
Well, I mean, even if you do press charges, it's up to the judge to act upon them. Who knows? If she gets a lenient judge, she might get a suspended sentence.
You've got to be kidding. Any judge in his right mind would lock her up and throw away the key.
Greg? Denise?
Marjorie, before you get the kids, I'd like to say something to you. Our marriage, I never meant to hurt you.
I know.
I want you to know I'll do everything I can to make sure that you have the life and the happiness that I think you deserve. Who knows? Maybe you'll find somebody to share it with someday.
I think it's a little late for that.
Oh, come on. I don't know about that. I also don't think we need to talk about custody. You're the kid's mom. You're the best, and they should be with you. I don't think I'll have any trouble when I want to see them.
Whenever you want.
It's so weird. I feel closer to you now than I ever have in my life.
Me too. I should get the kids.
Okay, I'll call a car for the airport.
Greg? Me? Brock, they're gone.
Tom, hi.
I should have called before coming over.
No, come on in. It's okay. Jessica told me I'd be hearing from you.
Yes, Emily, I have to go to the Capitol for a few days. I'll be leaving later today. I didn't want you to be on tenterhooks until I returned. I know lately you've been to hell and back, and I wish there were another way around this. I truly do. I have no choice. As district attorney, I have to bring charges against you.
Hey!
Oh, no, I thought you were going to pick up a few things. All of Santa's reindeer couldn't get all this stuff home.
Oh, you just better be careful or you're going to find coal in your stocking this Christmas. Actually, I'm trying to get all of my Christmas shopping done so that by the time you leave for that convention, maybe I can go along.
Oh, it's still up in the air?
Well, I mean, besides the situation with Andy, you know I've got to be able to tape enough segments for patterns, and then we have to figure out who's going to take care of Christopher.
Sounds to me like you're building a case for not going.
Now, wait a minute. That's not true. You know I want to go with you.
Well, then do it. I think of all the things that Casey and I put off before he got... No.
Oh, Lila, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. Why don't we, how about we buy you some lunch, okay?
Thank you. No, I'm expecting Margot. But why don't I join you for coffee or something before
Good.
she comes,
All
okay?
right, good.
Hi. Will you get the packages?
Oh, sure. You know, I'm really pleased about the way you handled the situation in the yacht today. I mean, you walked in and didn't even bat an eyelash when you found out that Ellie had spent the night.
Well, why should I? I mean, I wouldn't think that anything would happen between you two, and I was very concerned about my sister, that's all.
Yeah, but don't you realize what this means?
What?
You trust me.
No.
Come on, admit it. You walked in, found me with your attractive sister, and for the first time, you didn't think the worst of me.
No, let's just say that I trust my sister.
Oh, come on.
Oh, okay. I trust you.
Thank you. Hooray!
Hooray.
Hey, did Caleb give you my message about lunch?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Good. I take it you decided to bag work today, huh?
Well, I was thinking about going in. It might take my mind off my life, you know.
Are you trying to avoid Craig?
No, I'm not. I think Sierra's right. I think he needs to be alone.
All right, let's have lunch then.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I got a call about my car in the garage. Then I'll just meet you there.
All right.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Hi, this is Ellie Snyder. I'm calling to check on my car. Power steering. I had a tune-up a couple weeks ago. Why didn't you catch it then? Really? That's weird. No, please, fix it. Yeah. Okay, I'll check back in with you. Thanks so much.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Jewelry by Monet. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.
This is CBS.